Hey y'all, what it do, shawty? So this video is the Q&A for name dropping. I know that the book was officially released on March 8th, so it's only been about a week, but I did have a 2-week pre-sale and I got a lot of orders during the pre-sale. So I've been getting DMs about certain things, and instead of me doing everything individually because that was very time consuming, I'm just gonna put everything in one video. So I put the opportunity up on different social media platforms, and I just put the questions in my notes as they came in, so they're not in any specific order or anything like that. So we're just gonna get right to it so the video won't be super long. Sidebar, I live in the hood. Disclaimer, you might hear some noises because I'm on the first floor directly in the front, and you know, sometimes it's a little birdish around here. Okay, so it says, describe your book in one word and explain. I would say vulnerable, and that's because a lot of things in these poems I have not directly said to some people. I also am the type of person that harbors my feelings a lot, so me doing a lot of these poems put myself out there in a way that I have not done before, and I would say that I was very honest with, with people, but also myself. So vulnerable is what I would use to describe the book. What inspired your name dropping? How did you pick who would be included? My anger inspired name dropping. I am not a people person at all. I'm not very friendly initially. It's like I would rather be by myself, but then I do want company sometimes. But when people, I don't know, I'm very easily irritated. And so I was angry with a lot of people, but it was really eating at me because I wasn't telling people how I felt, and I kind of just brushed it off harder than them, but it was adding to my depression, it was adding to my sadness, and making me cuss people out who didn't deserve it. So yeah, my anger inspired name dropping, and the book initially was way longer, and my publisher was like, girl. But I kind of cut it down to the people that I felt like was most important to my healing process as far as me expressing myself. And then a lot of people I just didn't even feel like giving them the energy anymore, so I cut them out, like plain and simple. And that's how the book got so much shorter, because I was like, they don't even deserve the time or the effort of a poem. So that's that. What is your favorite poem from the book? I would say Fat Ass is my favorite poem, and that was because it was what I like to call in the moment. When I was ending my book, I realized that I was reading everybody but myself, and I got into a zone where I just started reflecting on where I'm at now and how I got here. And so I was just reflecting on like high school stuff and college stuff, and I was just like, a lot of people think that I'm just like this mean girl, or tough, or Key the bully or whatever, and they don't know that I'm really the most sensitive person that you probably would ever meet. But I think Fat Ass was me being transparent with who I am. What's different between name dropping and Dear Jonathan? Chill. Okay, well, obviously name dropping is about a bunch of different people. Dear Jonathan was based on that toxic, abusive relationship that the main difference I would say is all of them poems from Dear Jonathan were surrounded or based upon one person. Name dropping is based on multiple people. The difference is I was honest in Dear Jonathan, but I was more direct in this book as far as my honesty and who it was towards, which is why I use names. There were poems about Jonathan, poems about people that I cheated on him with, people that he cheated on me with, but I never used names. So unless you knew me personally or him personally, you didn't get the complete puzzle because you didn't know the story. But this time I feel like you can connect all the dots because all the names are there. If you know me, you know. If you're a stranger, then hey. Next one is, do you regret saying anything in particular? No, I don't regret saying anything in particular. When I was writing certain poems, I was nervous about how some people will react because, like I said, some people I've talked to directly, some people I haven't. So I would say I was nervous about certain poems, of what I could say, what I couldn't say, because I don't want to be sued by nobody, you know, because I mean, y'all buy my books, but it ain't no lawyer money. So I had to be very clear on my boundaries and what I was allowed to do and what I wasn't. And I feel like I got a great quality of work, but I don't regret anything because I say what's on my mind. I mean, if it hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. But it was really, like I said, it was really for my healing. It wasn't to hurt anybody. So I don't regret anything that I wrote. How do the people in your book feel about you calling them out? For the most part, I've gotten pretty good reactions. I know that I've had conversations with people where, you know, they wish that, you know, I felt comfortable enough to tell them first, as far as the people that I've never had a direct conversation with, before I put it in my book. But they were disappointed that I felt like I couldn't come to them. But nobody was, so far, nobody's mad or, you know, attacked me or anything like that. So I've gotten a pretty good reaction from the people in my book. I noticed Jonathan is in this book. Do y'all still talk? No, we don't. It's funny. He'll hit me up from time to time, and sometimes I respond, sometimes I don't. But it's crazy that every time I feel down, that's when a message will pop up. And I don't even have his number anymore, so it's like it'll be on Facebook or fucking YouTube messages. First of all, I didn't know you could send messages on YouTube, so that nigga sent me one. So yeah, we don't really talk at all. I don't know what's going on in his life right now, vice versa, unless he fucking watches my social media, which he's done from time to time. So yeah, we don't, but I would be lying to say that he isn't or wasn't a significant part of my life. I've been back and forth for him since I was 14. So yeah, we don't talk, but it would be a disservice to not mention him because I really credit him with a significant amount of who I am and my growth. Yeah. What was the hardest poem to write? The hardest poem to write, I have two. Would be Sisterhood and Service, and that's because um, I gave a lot of energy to things that weren't worth it. And it's not even the organization, it's the people. Simple and plain. And the second poem would be Tambasile. Everybody knows that since 2013, we've been stuck together like glue. But our friendship is, in my opinion, very toxic. It's very draining. And I kind of got to a point where I just cut her off. And not even, well, I guess it is cut off, but I stopped responding. I unfollowed her from every social media possible. She's not blocked or anything, but I just unfollowed her because it was to the point where I didn't even know if we were friends anymore. It just felt like I was there because I felt like I owed her. I know that Tam would do anything for me. She has gone above and beyond for me time and time again. And I felt like I owed her the friendship. But when it started getting to my depression and my mental state, I couldn't do it anymore. And so I stopped. And she would still text me. She'd write me and I just ignore her. And that hurts because I truly have love for Tam. Everybody knows that. I would still beat a bitch up for her. But when you get to the point where you don't know if you can trust somebody or they don't have your best interests at heart, it's time to walk away. And when I questioned her from an incident that happened, that was my clue. I had really questioned if she was, not even my best friend, but if she was just my friend. Like, I felt like I was only being called when something involved drama. So it was what it was, and I feel like that was hard for me to admit because I didn't want to seem like a bitch, or like I was using her. And now that we're not in school anymore, whatever, I was just gonna cut her off because that wasn't the case. But I had to do what was best for me, and that was just eliminate myself. But I know that when she reads it, it's probably gonna hurt because I've never had that conversation with her, and I probably never will. The last question is, what influenced your writing more, high school or college? Child. High school experiences influence my writing as far as feelings and just kind of me adjusting to that. But I would say college influenced me more as far as actually writing. Actually putting pen to paper, actually performing pieces, actually kind of getting my structure together on how to do poetry, I guess. But I know high school, like I said, I harbor feelings, so a lot of my writing was experienced by past experiences. Um, so, 50-50. I guess they both influenced my writing in a significant amount or equal amount or whatever. I can't really say. I would definitely say that college helped me become a better writer. Or, well, y'all might think I'm some shit. So, I don't know. But I think I'm a better writer from high school. So, yeah. I would just say maybe they're both equal. I really haven't thought about it. So, those are all the questions that I have. Yeah, so buy the books. Find me on social medias. Kiera Patterson Poetry. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Oh, somebody had, I didn't even write it down because I'm like, damn. Somebody was like, oh, third book, Child Boo by Felicia. I am loving writing as a hobby. I wish that I can make money out of being a creative, but I can't. So, I mean, I can, but it's just not working in my favor right now, Lord. So, I hope to put out new things. I completely discarded everything on my old blog, so there's no poems on there. Because when I went back to read, I was like, so yeah, I just hope to become more of a creative, get back in my poetry bag. I fell off for a minute, but now I'm back with the jump off. Yeah, so thank you for supporting me. I'm really a boring person, so I probably won't do too many of these vlogs, but you'll see me around, I guess. Yeah, so just stay tuned on my social media because that's probably where you're going to get all the information first. And thanks for coming to my Q&A. Bye.